when Gummigoo finds out that he's fake and he doesn't really exist and he's not real, and all of his friends and even his mother that he constantly talks about but we never really see, don't actually matter within the grand scheme of the universe. This character. Let's talk about him. Gummigoo is an NPC created in a digital map by this guy, known as Kane, and his extremely weird friend Bubble. I'm not sure what the relationship between these two is.
No thanks, I'm trying to quit.
Essentially, this was the most standout moment of this entire series when Gummigoo finds out that he's fake and he doesn't really exist and he's not real, and all of his friends and even his mother that he constantly talks about but we never really see, don't actually matter within the grand scheme of the universe, or at least in this digital universe. Yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't even explained the title of this series or anything. I kind of just jumped into this. Characters and objects in the series will break the absolute laws of physics, find themselves going through walls, and lately, one of the most weirdest indications that this is a digital show is when Gummigoo actually breaks the borders of his map, and along with one of our main characters, Pomni, ends up finding that he has other models down below. A character model that might as well as be him, because it is. Existential dread. That's exactly what I want to see in my shows. But I'm not gonna lie. I was alongside Gummigoo and feeling these feelings. You know, the feeling that your reality doesn't exactly matter, that you're entirely replaceable. It was all there. The biggest hard-hitting feeling was specifically the feeling of not being alive. Just like an AI girlfriend, there is no way to tell if this thing is real, but you will keep entertaining it because you are a lonely sack of poop and you just need somebody to interact with. Then you never know what could happen. Our main character, Pomni, we have no idea what her personal life was like before she was inside of this digital hellscape, as we can call it. But we do have ideas. At least, we know that she put on a headset.
Just keep grabbing at it. That worked for all of us.
And she got stuck in the game. In fact, the very main character that I would always mention at the times, Pomni, finds herself, I can't say oddly transported into this world, but if you've seen Sword Art Online, you would probably get the gist, was essentially interacting with someone who wasn't exactly even real or alive, but by any logic, who gives us the right to actually indicate that? And that possibly could go for the many other characters that are actually in this show. Apparently nobody can take off their game headset, and they've possibly been stuck in here for years on end. Although that brings in a lot of questions. What's up with their real bodies? Do they still need to eat? Are their bodies being taken care of? No one knows. Basic assumption that we're supposed to come to is that nobody originates from this world. Except for
Wait, what?
Gummigoo? Yeah, Kane just offed him like that.
I know you guys love your NPCs, but if I start losing track of who's a human and who's an NPC, who knows what could happen.
And I remember, the weirdest feeling I had here was that, oh my god, he killed them. But he wasn't alive? Or he's fine? Still, the feelings of death reign hard, especially when they were mourning the death of another cast member that already had passed away. No, this clown guy, he's not dead. He's abstracted. A state that you go into when you physically and mentally and you kind of just go crazy. Point being, watch the show. It's amazing, and it's created by YouTube animators. The amazing digital circus is honestly amazing on how it's able to capture these feelings. One of the sticking hall points about this series is that it's supposed to give off the impression that your mind is constantly bending as you watch the show. Rest in peace, the idea of Gummigoo.